Well, today is Veterans Day, and it's a time to honor all of those serving in the United States military, past and present. Now, Veterans Day celebrates service members across all 6 service branches, from reservists to National Guards, including the nearly 36 members of Idaho's National Guard who are back home in North Idaho after a year-long deployment. At Boise's Gowan Field on Saturday morning, families welcomed their loved ones home from that deployment overseas. The members of the 116th Cavalry Brigade Combat Team were in the Middle East for Operation Spartan Shield. Soldiers participated in 3 missions and training exercises in Iraq, Kuwait, and Syria. Another 100 soldiers from across the state also returned home to their families over the weekend. And another 600 Idaho soldiers currently serving overseas will return home within the next year. Today, Idaho's newest veterans home will be dedicated right here in the Inland Northwest. So today at 2 p.m., Governor Brad Little will speak at the dedication ceremony for the Idaho State Veterans Home in Post Falls. The keynote speaker for the event will be Post Falls resident Lynn Crosby, who's a highly decorated Vietnam veteran. The new home will be a 64-bed nursing home with numerous amenities for residents to access. Also happening today is the dedication ceremony for the National Native American Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. The memorial honors Native American, Alaskan, and Hawaiian veterans and their service. The memorial first opened 2 years ago at the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Indian, and today's dedication ceremony starts at 11 a.m. our time and will be live streamed. Now, believe it or not, Veterans Day is actually a fairly recent holiday, as this is the only 75th year that it's being celebrated, and it wasn't even a federal holiday until the 1950s. U.S. Army veteran James Dollar explains the history behind the holiday.
Well, my name is James Dollar. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and I served from 1990 to 2016. Well, Veterans Day originally came out of World War I. America had lost 116,000 men in that conflict. This is war on a scale that had not been seen by the rest of the world ever. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the armistice was signed that ended hostilities in Europe. A year later, on the anniversary, President Woodrow Wilson declared that there would be Armistice Day, and that we would remember the sacrifices of the men that served and their bravery and appreciate the victory. This was done with parades and ceremonies, and there was a 2-minute cessation of business at 11 a.m. In 1926, the Congress decided that they would make a formal declaration. It was not just a celebration of the soldiers that served in World War I, it was a celebration of peace, and it was actually a peace holiday. Of course, it was a little early because in 1939, World War II began. And in 1954, President Eisenhower, in order to recognize the service of all those who served in World War II and Korea, changed it to Veterans Day. The last addition to it was in 2016, President Obama signed a Veterans Day moment of silence, so that at 3:11 in the afternoon, there's supposed to be a 2-minute of silence recognized by the United States people. Here in America, we are blessed with prosperity and freedom, but what we are often short of is gratitude. It's an opportunity to reach out and thank those people who guaranteed those safeties, that prosperity, and freedoms.